I want you to picture something for a second. Imagine you're trying to navigate a dense forest. You've got a map, you feel prepared, but when you actually look down at it,
It only shows your own backyard.
exactly, just your backyard. Everything else is, well, just blank paper. And that is the blind spot metaphor we are tackling today.
It is a pretty risky way to navigate.
Yeah.
Yet, honestly, that is exactly how so many digital media teams are operating right now.
Yeah. Which brings us to today's deep dive. We are looking at a really insightful piece from AdClarity. It was published recently on February 5th, 2026, and it's titled, Why Digital Media Teams Still Miss the Full Picture.
Right.
Our mission today is to figure out why having access to your own fancy dashboards just isn't enough to win anymore.
Because it really comes down to a simple question for you, the listener. Are you looking at the full map, or are you just staring at your own feed?
Okay, but I have to play the optimist here. I mean, it is 2026. We are completely drowning in data. I have Google Analytics, Meta Business Suite, TikTok Insights. Surely I know more than I ever have before, right? I can see every click, every single conversion.
Well, you are informed about you. Like, Google Analytics is great, but it only tells you what happened inside your store. It doesn't tell you that all your customers are actually across the street at your competitor's sale.
Ah.
You're only seeing partial advertising signals.
But isn't seeing my own store enough? Like, if my numbers are up, do I really care what the other guys are doing?
You absolutely should, because while you're staring at your own metrics, the whole market is moving around you. The AdClarity piece highlights this 2026 research from Forrester, and it shows a massive split.
What kind of split?
So 53% of organizations use competitive intelligence, but a staggering 47% do not.
Wow, almost half.
Right. Nearly half the industry is walking in the dark. They're guessing, while the other half has the full map.
That is basically a massive coin flip. So why are so many teams still flying blind? Is it just, I don't know, laziness?
No, it's not laziness. It's the infrastructure. The article breaks this down into 3 specific headaches, and the first one is the walled garden effect.
We hear that term a lot. What does it actually look like in practice for a media team?
It means the platforms don't play nice together. Google doesn't talk to Meta. TikTok doesn't talk to Amazon. If your competitor is running a huge campaign across all 3...
You only see fragmented snapshots.
Exactly. You don't see the movie, you just see a few disconnected frames.
Which totally explains the second headache, which is efficiency. Because if the data isn't connected natively, someone has to connect it. And I've been there, spending hours manually screenshotting ads just to paste them into a slide deck.
Yeah, that fragmented research. It's inefficient grunt work that just gets repeated across different teams and regions. And that waste leads directly to the third headache.
Let me guess. Money.
Money. It becomes incredibly difficult to prove return on ad spend when you don't have consistent benchmarks. If you can't see the full market context, your performance stories are just educated guesses.
Okay, so that's the silo problem. Too many walled gardens, not enough signal. Let's shift to the solution. How do we actually get the full map? The article mentions moving to a trusted source of competitive truth.
This is where it gets really interesting. It is not just about seeing how much a competitor spent. The real aha moment is in creative benchmarking.
So moving from who spent more to what is actually working and why.
Right. You need to see the strategy. AdClarity points out that you should look for campaign sequencing.
What does a sequence actually look like when you're looking at the data?
Imagine you see a competitor running a high-emotion 30-second video on TikTok to build hype. Then 2 days later, they hit those exact same users with a hard sell static image on display ads to drive the purchase.
Oh, that's a very specific tactical play.
And you would completely miss that narrative if you were just looking at a flat spending chart. You really need to see the creative journey.
That makes total sense. It also helps you find what they call white space, right?
That is your strategic advantage. When you see the full funnel, including connected TV and streaming platforms, you spot the gaps. Maybe your biggest competitor is way overinvested in display, but has completely ignored a specific regional market.
That's the white space. So instead of fighting them where they're strong, you hit them where they aren't even looking.
Exactly. And you stop reacting to noise. The data helps you separate short-term experimentation, like a weird one-off ad test, from longer-term trend signals. You want to chase the trends, not the anomalies.
I love that. We've covered a lot of theory, but I want to get practical before we wrap up. If you are listening to this and you want to fix this tomorrow morning, what is the first step?
The Monday morning goal is simple. Go look at your current reporting stack and try to find one missing link.
Give me an example of a missing link.
Find a competitor's creative format that you cannot currently track. or a market you suspect they're in, but you just can't prove it with your own data. If you can't see it, your map is incomplete.
Go find the blind spot before it finds you. I like it. But here's a final thought for you to chew on. What if your biggest competitor has already found that missing link and they're currently exploiting your blind spots?
That's a scary thought.
Something to think about. Thanks for helping us unpack this today.
Always a pleasure. Keep watching those signals.